kicking off a fresh new week with you. Hottest show in the streets. We're talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA on a Monday. Welcome on in, welcome on in. We appreciate all of you guys checking us out here on today. We bring you the show. As always, Magic City of Birmingham. We stream this to you via YouTube. Speaking of the channel, you know what time it is. You hit that subscribe button right now. You tap subscribe, smash that subscribe button. Be a part of a channel, platform, and network giving you your Bama insight and information. Also, tap that like button too. Give us a thumbs up right here. Like the show. Give us that thumbs up right there. We appreciate the support from you guys. Continue to like the show, trying to get this 50 likes out the gate to start the show there. Also, share the show to everybody that you know. Every friend, every family member, diehard Bama fan, casual Bama fan, consumer of Tide football. Because if you love the content, they will also. Daily Super Chat Go, $100. Daily Super Chat Go, $100 right there. And we appreciate you guys. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that way you miss absolutely nothing when it comes down to your news and notes here on the Bama football. For those of you who want to help us grow our message board, got a message board here, Touchdown Alabama magazine. Jump inside the conversation, things that you want to discuss, you want to talk about, you want to have conversations, a dialogue on when it comes down to your Bama football. Hop in the message board, be a part of that conversation. Get that conversation growing right there. The link to check out the message board in the description and also in the chat line. Also, folks, and partnering up with Alumni Hall, they have a Father's Day theme going here. So for all dads, courtesy of Alumni Hall here, you can get a lot of your dad gear there, your Bama football gear there. You use the TDA code, using the code TDA Dad. You use TDA Dad, the coupon code right there, TDA Dad 23. Thank you, Eli. You use the coupon code TDA Dad 23 to get 20% off your purchase. We're talking Father's Day, Alumni Hall, doing that for the dads out there. But as always, folks, we want to hear from you tonight. 205-448-1358. But I'm going to call in to let your voice be made known. 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358. Want to hear from you. But we start things off here in the conversation, Eli. The Alabama secondary, and we talked a lot about this throughout the offseason, but a big name back here in the secondary in terms of being in this 2023 freshman class. And that name is none other than five-star defensive back Tony Mitchell by the way of Thompson High School in Alabaster, just slightly southeast of the Birmingham area. And for Tony Mitchell, he got himself into a little trouble there back in March, but learned from it, has put the mistake behind him, want to be better, want to improve as a young man and an athlete, on the football field. And with him back, reinstated, doing team, activities, the question that we kind of have here for Mitchell is he's back, but how much of a factor, how much of an impact will he play in this upcoming campaign here for Alabama football? Because the Crimson Tide, they've got talented guys at corner, safety, nickel and dime sub packages, and then they also went out there in the transfer portal and picked up Jalen Key, defensive back, safety from UAB, picked up Trey Amos, cornerback from Louisiana Lafayette. So, how much of an impact could we see a Tony Mitchell make being back with the team? The good news is that he's taking advantage of a second chance from Nick Saban. And we all know how Coach Saban is. When you look at young men of whom have never truly been in any major trouble, any major issues with the law, and they make a mistake, horrible mistake, and they are remorseful for it. Tony Mitchell, remorseful for what happened with him. Saban not one to throw a young man away. He's not one to throw a young player away. He's more so one to teach, instruct, guide, and kind of help. Hey, you messed this up, but we're going to give you a second opportunity to get this thing right. You can't mess it up again, because if you mess this up again, you're not going to have probably that third chance. So getting this second chance, having this scare, but not having your opportunity to play football taken away from you, here is your chance to, make that improvement and be better. And no one better at this than one Coach Saban, because he always finds a way to handle these types of things internally. And he's always able to get the attention of his players when, he does this, provides them with a second chance. And here's Tony Mitchell, an opportunity to kind of have this bond with Coach Saban, lock in, buy all the way in, understanding, hey, it's now or never for me. I got to walk a fine line. I can't have a slip up of this magnitude. I got to show Coach Saban that, I'm taking full advantage, and I'm thankful and grateful for the second chance to be out here and trying to play football and fulfill, a lifelong dream here. But here's the question here. Let's say Tony Mitchell taking full advantage of this opportunity. He did not have spring ball, though he enrolled early. He was not here for the spring. So he missed entire spring practice. So freshmen like Caleb Downs, they got that spring practice in terms of the secondary. Guys like, even though he's not a true freshman, he's a redshirt freshman, guys like Earl Little got that chance in spring ball. Another true freshman, guys like Jaleel Hurley, guys like Dez Ricks, they all got this chance here in spring ball. Tony Mitchell did not have the opportunity there for spring practice. So let's just say in taking the advantage here from Coach Saban, let's say Tony Mitchell balls out summer workouts. Let's say Tony Mitchell balls out fall camp. Let's say he comes in here, really lights things up, really sets things on fire, really impresses coaching staff, DB coach Shavaris Robinson, teammates, and let's say Tony really puts himself in an opportunity to possibly have an impactful role here in the secondary. I mean, let's say he does. Because with Tony Mitchell, the physical tools are there. I mean, he's 6'2", 205. The physical tools are there. The strength, the size, the athleticism is all there. He played corner and safety throughout his high school career. Thompson High School under Coach Mark Freeman, won multiple Class 7A state championships in the state of Alabama. We know the talent is there with Tony Mitchell. The question is, how quickly, fastly can he pick up the playbook? If he can pick this up quick enough, fast enough to where Saban, everybody else, comfortable with him on the field, if he tears this thing up, how quickly can he make this impact? Could he be somebody that could pass up a Christian Story? I'm not saying he does, but I'm just saying with the physical tools that Tony Mitchell has, he takes full advantage of this second opportunity, lights it up summer workouts, lights it up fall camp, makes things undeniable. He's that guy, right? Could he pass up a veteran name like a Christian Story? He could. Not saying that he's definitely going to do this, but he could. And if he does do this, you could look at Story maybe going stage left. Hopefully he would not do that. But if he was to, if Tony Mitchell was to pass up a Christian Story, if that were to happen, due to how he picks up the playbook, the athleticism takes over, He balls out, summer workouts, fall camp. Now you're getting to a situation where the future at safety becomes very bright for the Tide. You already got King of Downs, native Georgian, alumnus of Mill Creek High School. He had a tremendous spring. Here's a guy that had, 5-6 tackles in the A-Day game, an interception as well, fluid hips, great motion, fly to the ball, can play the lower third, brings physicality, can cover, can do a number of different things. Coach Saban raving about what he can bring to this Alabama secondary. A lot of people kind of projecting the possibility of King Up Down starting at one of these two safety spots, possibly. We'll see. But, here's a Tony Mitchell of whom he wants to compete against King Up Downs, knowing, hey, I wasn't here in spring like Downs was. So now I got to up the ante with how I play. I got to up the ante with how I'm out there on the field. I got to bring the fire. I got to bring the heat, every single day in summer workouts. I got to bring the heat every single day in fall camp to let coaches know and other guys around me know, hey, I'm the real deal here. And should Tony Mitchell do this, could we see a scenario where, Eli, we got two true freshmen at both safety spots? That could be interesting. I mean, King of Downs is 6 feet, 6'1", 203, if I'm not mistaken. Probably has gotten bigger than that. You got Tony Mitchell, 6'2", 205. I mean, this is very intriguing here. This is highly intriguing here. I mean, I know for some people you look at, Tony Mitchell should more so redshirt freshman season due to all the talent that Alabama's got them in the defensive secondary. But with him getting this second chance, I don't think in his mind he's thinking redshirt. I think in Tony Mitchell's mind, it's I'm going to prove to Coach Saban, hey, you gave me this second chance. I'm going to make the best of it, Coach. I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to fail you. I'm going to come out here and ball out. Everybody look out. I'm coming. Football was almost taken from me. I get a second chance. I'm coming all out for it. That's what I think that's in Mitchell's mind right now. So, going to be very interesting to see how this kind of shakes out, how this plays out here. How much of an impact can Tony Mitchell make here, 5-star, now that he's back with the team? Can he find a way to either be a huge rotating piece in the secondary, or does he find a way to push through and become a starter? We're going to take our first break here on the show on Touch That Dial. We're just getting started. Upon our return, we go on the phone lines to grab your calls, your thoughts, your interactions. Do you see Tony Mitchell having an impact on this year's defense? Definitely get a conversation going in the message board, building up this message board, and then line us up in the phone lines right after this.
Nine players have teamed up and released the Alabama Team Paper, which is a video yearbook they've put out for sale direct to fans. Now, for the first time, small dollar purchases from the fans can support the players as a group as well as a great cause, because $1 of every subscription payment is donated to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Be a 5-star fan base and support your team and a great cause with Team Paper. Check it out at teampaper.com/Alabama.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just one bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
All right, folks, we're back to the action here from the break on a Monday, getting that work week start off for you correctly. Hottest show in the streets. Talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Got my man Eli Walker here in the production studio. Continue to hit that like button, tap that thumbs up, showing that support right there. Hitting that subscribe button as well. Daily Super Chat Go, $100 daily Super Chat Go. Appreciate the love there from you. Also, folks, saying it right here again, in the partnership with Alumni Hall for Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Alumni Hall doing things for Dad. Father's Day's coming up here, people. So, Alumni Hall, they got a coupon code here for you. Coupon code for dads here. You use the code TDA-DAD23. That's TDA-DAD23. Use that coupon code to get 20% off your purchase here. TDA-DAD23. Use that coupon code. Get 20% off your purchase. Check them out right now. Alumni Hall. We got the link there to all of that in the description there, Eli. But we go to the phone lines to grab your calls. Call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call in to let your voice be heard, 205-448-1358. We grab this call here. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
It's Corey from Trustful, Alabama.
Hey, Corey, what's going on? What's going on, Corey? Corey, you there?
Steven?
I can hear you, Corey. I can hear you.
Hey, Steven?
I'm right here. We lost Corey there for a second. We're trying to get this phone line here fixed. Corey, you there?
My question to you is this. For years, Alabama has been known to say that you cannot out-Alabama by running the ball down your throat. And now Georgia's kind of done the same thing now. My question to you is this. With the Alabama offense they're going to run today, can you now out-Georgia the way they're doing it now with the way Alabama's offense is? In other words, can Alabama beat Georgia with the way they're running their offense by doing the same copycat thing that Georgia is doing their running their offense? Can you beat them at their own game?
I think Alabama can, Corey, and that's one of the reasons why Nick Saban and Eric Wolford, offensive line coach, they brought in these bigger, meaner, nastier offensive linemen, right? This is the reason why Miles McVay, Wilkin Formby, Rock Montgomery, Caden Proctor, Olas Anganine, all those guys are here to get that done, as well as bringing back Seth McLaughlin, Darian Dalcourt, Tyler Booker, J.C. Latham, to have that done up front, not just to just pound you and wear you down up front with the run game, but also play action pass. We've seen what Georgia has done with the likes of Darnell Washington at tight end, Brock Bowers at tight end. This is why Alabama brings in a C.J. Dupree from the transfer portal in Maryland. This is why Nick Saban is happy with the progression of guys like Amari Nyblack and Danny Lewis Jr., also Miles Kitselman and Robbie Oots. So you can definitely see a situation where Alabama can beat Georgia at its own game with the influx of offensive linemen, and how, with Tommy Rees in here calling the plays, Bama's going to look to even utilize that tight end position more. Definitely appreciate Corey there for that call there, 205-448-1358. I think we got that phone line there working better now, Eli, 205-448-1358. We get this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, Steve, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing good, man.
Let me see. So, hold on one second. I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on.
I can hear you. You're coming in clear. I can hear you loud and clear.
Hey, Steve, how you doing? I can hear you good now.
Okay. What's on your mind right now, man?
All right, look, I'm going to touch up on one thing that the caller just mentioned. The caller kind of mentioned that could Alabama keep up, or could we kind of mimic what Georgia is doing? I want to say Georgia and Kirby and Scott Cochran are doing what Bama did first. Kirby is doing what Saban did in 08, 09, 2010, 2012. That's what Kirby's doing. So absolutely we can do the brand of football that we initiated. Now, the only issue that we may have when it comes to Georgia, and I'm not even going to really say it's an issue because, like I said, I really look at Georgia. The last time both teams were healthy, we beat Georgia fairly well. But the only hurdle that we will have to have with Georgia coming up now is Kirby is going to play his best players, and Saban's going to play like the moral story of, the good guy. He's on time. He's been in the program for 10 years. Woo, woo, woo. He's going to play that guy. So, of course, we can play our brand of football. We started that brand. Is the only hurdle is Kirby is going to play the very best player he has available at each position. I want to touch on the Tony Mitchell thing. And what I see going on, I know talk shows have to keep the storyline of the offseason going. But I think with Bama, we're lacking because we don't play the best player. Now, at safety, Caleb looked good enough to where we should put that freshman out there and let him get some experience. So about time his sophomore, junior year, he was an All-American. So I agree with Caleb being out there. He showed improve. But as far as Tony Mitchell, he hasn't shown improve to me that he's better than Jake Pope. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think no safety in the A-Day game was better than Jake Pope. I can't think of the other safety name. The guy from Mississippi, he came in as a quarterback or something like that, but he was absolutely an open field tackle junkie. Him as well. I don't really see this straight talent, raw football instinct. I don't see that Christian Story really had a better A-Day than Jake Pope. I don't see that not Ardarius Stewart, good gracious. I don't see that Malachi Moore had a better spring game than Jake Pope. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, Steve. If Kirby Smart had the same players right now, you think Jake Pope gonna play over what's his name, Malachi Moore in Kirby's system, or you think Malachi gonna play over Jake? I think we kind of know who will play. I got one last take from this 8A, and it bothers me. I say it every time. I'm gonna keep saying it till we get some shirts made. Elijah Pritchett should not be our starting left tackle. That should go to Caden Proctor. And I'm gonna throw another wrench in the situation. I think Jaden Roberts played guard better than Dalcourt in the spring game. When you watch the line with Dalcourt out there alongside a wounded Elijah Pritchett, that line was treacherous. Pressure coming up the middle, pressure coming off the edge. But when they put Jaden out there, when they put Roberts out there, and they put Booker at it looked like his more natural spot at left guard. Roberts and Booker, that line is far better than Pritchett and what's his name, Dalcourt. So, like I say, of course we can run the ball first and play defense sound because we did it first. It was definitely our brand of football. And like I said, it just the only thing was different with Saban and Kirby is playing the best players. If Kirby had Jake Pope over Malachi Moore and Christian Story, we know Kirby playing Jake Pope, and I think we need to get Jaden Roberts out there over your boy Dalcourt. Thank you, Steve.
I appreciate Gerald calling in there from North Carolina there. I mean, I really do like Jaden Roberts. I mean, studying his tape when he came out, that 2021 class, if I'm not mistaken, Eli. Jaden Roberts, big, physical, athletic, can move. He was great as one of the top guards coming in. And I watched him in the spring game. Jaden Roberts gets his hands inside of your pads. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. So, like what he brings, I thought Jake Pope had a whale of a spring game. Jermaine Burton thought so too. He got popped by him. So, Jake Pope had a whale of a spring game. And I think he should definitely see some type of opportunity. Whether it's at safety, whether it's at nickel and dime sub packages, I don't care. Jake Pope deserves some type of opportunity in there. He just got so much versatile athletic depth in that back five to six players. You can get the best 5 to 6 in that secondary. Your best players all over the field, absolutely. If you can get the best 5 to 6 in that defensive secondary and just let all those guys go get it, it's gonna be fun to watch that right there. Cool call topic right here, Eli. We got former Alabama offensive tackle, former All-American, former 3-time BCS national champion, DJ Fluker, worked out for the New England Patriots today. Bill Belichick talked about it during the minicamp session. He mentioned how, we bring guys in, we work guys out, we work out several players. We're not going to start talking about those players until they're on the team, but we work out players. So if Fluker, who's now 40 pounds lighter than what he was, in tremendous shape, changed his diet, going back to Alabama's Pro Day, March 23rd, he looked incredible, moving guys around. If Fluker ends up being with the New England Patriots, there's some massive protection for Mac Jones, whether it's on the right side or the left side of the offensive line. You go right there. We'll see how Belichick sort of plays this here. But we take our break right here, folks. Don't touch that dial, because upon our return, when we get back, we get into a conversation of the best Bama teams in the Nick Saban era. They bond together. They have that chemistry with each other. Does this team have that? We'll talk about it after this.
What's up, Bama Nation? This is Rudy Griffin, former Alabama defensive lineman, and you're listening to my guy, Stephen M. Smith, in my own words, brought to you by Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Roll Tide, roll!
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, people. We're back into the action. From the break here on a Monday, hottest show in the streets. We're talking your Bama football news, in my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Appreciate all of you hitting that like button. Give us that thumbs up right there. Appreciate that support there. Hitting that subscribe button. Sharing the show to everybody that you know. If you're feeling the content, guess what? They will also. Daily Super Chat to go, $100. Daily Super Chat to go, $100 right there. We appreciate you guys. We're growing a message board. TouchdownAlabama.com, the message board. If you want to be a part of growing the message board, we definitely want you jumping inside the conversation, getting the conversation going, dialogue. What you are trying to talk about, your opinions when it comes down to Bama football. The link to check out the message board in the description and also in the chat line. Also, people, the TDA, our partnership here with Alumni Hall, they got this big thing going on in honor of Father's Day. All dads out there, You're going to get your fresh gear from Alumni Hall. You use the coupon code TDADAD23. That's TDADAD23. Use that coupon code there. You get 20% off your purchase. Can't beat that with a stick, as my uncle would say. So TDAD23, TDADAD23. That's the coupon code TDADAD23. Use that right there. Get 20% off your purchase there. Alumni Hall, they're doing it for us right there. But, I dive into topic number 2 here of the conversation, and that being, Alabama teams in the past that have won national championships in the Nick Saban era. You can look at 2009, 2011, 2012, 2015, 2017, more notably 2020. All of these teams had, one particular thing in common, and that was, those teams had players that had chemistry, that had continuity, that bonded with each other, off the field as well as on the field. They had a connection there, with each other, those players did. Whether it was 09, 11, 12, 15, 17, 20, they all bonded together, as players. And they were all bought in. They were all bought into being together, hanging around each other, being there for each other. And ultimately, that synergy fused into, the team playing exceptionally well and the teams ultimately winning championships. But the question is, with this year's team, is that same energy, synergy, camaraderie, is that same thing there? And there was a video, Eli, that I saw the other day, yesterday if I'm not mistaken, on TikTok. Terrion Arnold posted this video of it's him, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jalen Milroe, as you're seeing it on screen. They're just having fun in the off-season weight program. And you look at Milroe having fun with McKinstry and Terrion Arnold. I don't know if they just hit their weight goals or what it was, but they are in there having fun, dancing, enjoying each other, having that build, that bond. It looks like another teammate has joined. It looks like that. Is that Kobe Prentice? It's Kendrick Blackshire. Well, not Kendrick Blackshire, but it's Caleb Downs. Thank you, Eli. That was Caleb Downs that was in there joining to the video. So you got Milroe, McKinstry, Terrion Arnold, and Caleb Downs joining in here in this video. They're having fun. They're bonding with each other. They're in the weight room. They're putting the work. It looks like Jake Pope was in there too. It was like he was popping it out in there too. So this is a good thing. This is a good thing. You got defensive backs. You got the quarterback here in Jalen Milroe. They are all bonding together. They're all dancing together. They're all having fun together in this off-season weight training program. And they're back to having fun. And this is what you need. This is what you need, that energy. And you as Alabama fans, you all have been saying the last couple of years, what has the Tide lacked? That energy on the sideline, that energy on the field, that energy, around each other. You missed when, 2015, 2016, where 2017 when you had, Jonathan Allen was jumping up and down like crazy on the sideline. Deron Payne jumping like crazy. Tim Williams jumping like crazy. Ryan Anderson, Reuben Foster, Ashawn Robinson, they're jumping like crazy on the sidelines. Providing that type of energy, atmosphere, excitement, electricity, on the field. That's what made Bama football great, because those guys, they knew as far as we go, this team goes, right? And so to see right here in this weight room where you're watching Terrion Arnold having this energy with Jalen Milroe, and that energy goes from Milroe to McKinstry. And now this energy goes from McKinstry to Caleb Downs. And like I said, you see Jake Pope pop in and out of there. That's what you want. You want that excitement bleeding through the entire weight room, because it provides the feeling of, hey, if we're like this off the field, if we're like this just in off-season weight training, Imagine how we're going to be on the field where I got your back, you got mine. Imagine how we're going to be on the field where I depend on you, you depend on me, and we're all getting this thing done together. Imagine on the field where everybody's going for each other out there. That's the beauty of it. That's the uniqueness of it. All of these Saban championships since 2009 have come with guys all the way bought in. Bought into the culture, bought into the coaching staff, bought into the scheme, but most importantly, players bought into each other. The best championship teams are the ones that are player-led. This team has the potential to be that way. We'll see how they band together here. We'll see how this team bands together in summer workouts. We'll see how this team bands together in fall camp. And then most importantly, in the tough games this season, against Texas, against Ole Miss, against LSU, against Tennessee, against Auburn, all the tough matchups, we will see how this team bands together in that regard as well. But take another break here, folks, from the show. Don't touch that dial. Upon our return, we return to the phone lines to get your calls, your thoughts, your viewpoints, your conversations. You feel like this team has the camaraderie to get to a national championship? Let us know how you think and how you feel in the comment section, in the message board, and on the phone lines right after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today.
This is Chris Rogers, 2009 national champion. You are listening to the baddest, when I say the baddest, sports show in the state of Alabama. In my own words, you know, yours truly, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Don't touch that dial.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, people, we're back rocking and rolling to the action here on a Monday. Number one ticket for Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Got my man Eagle Walker in the production studio. Continue hitting that like button, tapping that thumbs up. We appreciate that. Hitting that subscribe button as well. Daily Super Chat Go, $100 daily. Super Chat Go, $100 right there. We appreciate the support coming from you. Thanks to you guys helping us grow the message board. If you want to help grow the message board, also touchdownalabama.com, where you can find the message board. Hop in there, start a conversation, a dialogue, a discussion of what you want to talk about when it comes to your team. Alabama football, the Crimson Tide. The link to the message board in the chat line and in the description. Also, partnership here with Alumni Hall. To all dads out there, Father's Day coming up. Trying to get you some fresh gear, fresh Bama gear here. We got you covered here at TDA. If you use the coupon code TDADAD23, that's TDADAD23. Using that coupon code, you get 20% off your purchase for Alumni Hall. Using that coupon code, that promo code TDADAD23. Hit that right there for Alumni Hall. Get 20% off your purchase there. But Phone lines open right now, 205-448-1358. Number to call in to let your voice be made known. Call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. One more time, 205-448-1358. Want to hear from you guys as you guys are getting your thoughts together here. Before our call topic here, Eli, I was kind of sort of disappointed that Coach Jackson, who's the interim coach of Bama baseball, did not get the opportunity to be the full-time head coach. Athletic Director Greg Byrne, Alabama targeting the head coach at Maryland to be the next head coach for Alabama. I think the guy has already accepted the job, head coach at Maryland, to be the next baseball coach for Alabama. And I mean, I understand it. We all look at the flashy name, the big hire. I mean, I get it. But what Coach Jackson did as the interim head coach, getting these guys to believe, motivating them, lighting the fire. I mean, right after Coach Bohannon was let go, I mean, Coach Jackson took this team on a, 15-game win streak? And got these guys to the postseason, playing in a super regional for the first time since, 2006? I would have at least hired the man. I know he's going to remain on staff. The report is Jackson's going to remain on staff. Good on his part. But I would have at least hired the man to be the head coach. I mean, do you know how bad that was, Eli, when Coach Bohannon got pink slipped there? And Jackson has to take over as the interim coach. You really didn't know if Bama baseball was going to make the postseason. You really didn't know. And the guy has this team going on an absolute tear. They win a regional. They get to the supers. They get messed up by the umpire. That was not strike three. That was a ball. But it is what it is. Can't cry over it now, but it is what it is. I would have loved to have seen Coach Jackson get a shot at that thing. I really would have loved to. But coach from Maryland, the new guy here for the Crimson Tide. Hopefully he does well here for Bama baseball. But call topic, Bama in the NFL. Devontae Smith in his second annual celebrity softball game. Hey, that went well over the weekend. Team Smith getting the 14-5 win over Team Dotson, Jahan Dotson of the Washington Commanders. Devontae had a lot of heavy hitters on his team, including Jalen Hurts. Terrell Owens was on his team. T.O., former NFL receiver, legend, was the MVP. Dallas Goedert, who was on Devontae Smith's team, if I'm not mistaken, won the home run derby part of it. A lot of fans came out to show support. Proceeds went to several different charities. Smitty's a stand-up guy. Just a stand-up guy. I think he had a home run himself at his event. Jalen Hurts hit the gritty, slid into third base, kind of scraped his knee. Tough there, but he scored. Jalen Hurts did score. But, awesome. Second annual celebrity softball game. The fans enjoyed it. It was covered well. Devontae Smith's team got the win. Proceeds went to charity. And the good bit that I was able to catch on social media, awesome. 100% awesome there by Smitty. So we take our final break here on the show. I'm touch that dial when we get back. We tidy up loose ends with Jalen Milroe. And in his push to try to become the starting quarterback, who would serve as some great mentors for him? Who would be a couple of guys he should reach out to? We'll talk about it after this.
I'm Malachi Moore, and you're watching In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith on Touchdown Alabama YouTube channel.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, folks, here we are at front to the action from the break on a Monday. Hottest show on the streets here, talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Appreciating you guys on today. My man Eli Walker in the production studio. Continue giving us that thumbs up here, hitting that like button, tapping that subscribe button as well, making this your place to talk all Bama football. We appreciate you guys. All donations welcomed. Appreciate it here on this end. But to wrap things up here, Eli, Jalen Milroe in this competition here to try to become the starting quarterback for Alabama. Bama with 5 scholarship quarterbacks on the roster, including 2 freshmen, Dylan Larnigan and Eli Holstein. But the 3 main guys that everybody's talking about, Milroe, Ty Simpson, Tyler Buckner. But putting the microscope solely on Milroe, trying to become the next starting quarterback here for the Crimson Tide. And we know what he is as an athlete. That's been fully duly documented. As a passer of the football, made improvement in the spring game that he did. Had 2 touchdown passes. One to Malik Benson, one to Emmanuel Henderson. Both were good balls. Had other good balls to other receivers out there as well. So he's made some improvement. He's been down Tampa, Florida, working with trainer down there, Yo Murphy. He took quite a few receivers with him to get even better there on the passing mechanics. And if he can have that part of his game in line, he's dangerous and he's the starter. If he could have that part of his game, just a full, complete quarterback play with the passing game, if that part of his game can be in line, then he's dangerous and he's the starting quarterback. But to me, a bigger question in all of this would be, if you're Jalen Milroe, who would serve as some great mentors for you? If you're Jalen Milroe, who would you reach out to for advice on how to handle all of this? How to work through this, how to navigate, maneuver through all of this. Who would you get advice from? Who would you call to talk to and speak with? Have this dialogue with, this communication with, if you will. I can think of 2 quarterbacks. If I was Jalen Milroe, I wouldn't say blowing their phone up, but I would be having conversations with them. And those 2 guys, Jalen Hurts and Blake Sims. I would have conversations with both of those 2. Both guys have a skill set similar to Milroe. Both athletic. Both dual threat guys. Both improved upon their passing. Both were doubted at one point in time. I mean, we all remember 2014, before the season. People didn't believe Blake Sims could hit the broadside of a barn. Didn't believe it. So many people felt like, hey, Jacob Coker's the guy. 6'5", 240, transfer from Florida State. He's him. He's it. Blake Sims worked his tail off, refused to be forgotten. What happened that 2014 season? He became the man. Led Alabama to an incredible season, setting some single-season school records, passing yards, total touchdowns of a guy, led you to an SEC championship. The guy led you to an unbelievable second half against Auburn in the Iron Bowl at Bryant-Denny, where the whole student section, myself included, crowd surfed him up the student section. That was fun. Blake Sims led you to college football playoff, the inaugural college football playoff, and nearly a college football playoff national championship. With Jalen Hurts, we all remember 2016, people were like, there is no way Nick Saban starts a true freshman at quarterback. But it happened. Jalen Hurts became the man, We were all wearing the Hurt So Good button on our shirts. I mean, SEC Freshman of the Year, SEC Offensive Player of the Year. And the very next season, 2017, that same season, 2016, took Alabama to College Football Playoff National Championship. When he was last on the field, he ran for a 30-yard touchdown to give Alabama a 31-28 lead in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, Clemson just had Deshaun Watson. It happens. The very next season, Hurts gets Alabama to the national championship game again. And unfortunately for him, in the second half, you go to Tagovailoa against Georgia. The incredible happens. Bama wins a comeback 26-23. But both of these two guys improved their passing. You're seeing what Jalen has become in the NFL, especially after his third season. Blake Sims now an offensive coordinator for a high school, but both of these two guys showed you what they can do with their skill sets and had the toughness mentally to battle through a lot of things. So I feel like if I'm Jalen Milroe, I'm definitely calling Blake Sims. Blake, how did you get through the summer of 2014, the spring of 2014? Like, how did you get through the whole 2014 season? Like what kept you going? What pushed you? What motivated you? I would be getting all types of advice from Blake Sims. And the same thing from Jalen Hurts. I would be getting so much advice from Jalen Hurts. And just compiling what both of those two say and implement that into my own game. Because Milroe's talented. He's gifted. We know how great he is as an athlete. He gets this passing thing down full on. He's dangerous. He's scary. If I was him, I would definitely be making a phone call to Jalen Hurts and Blake Sims to just get their advice right there. But as always, Tide fans, you want the best in news, notes, coverage, material that being on your Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store. If you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store. If you got the Android phone for your audio needs, check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. The good and gracious Lord sees fit. I'll try to be back on Wednesday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Remember, Bama fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Have those sent to your door. That link found in the description. If you're trying to get your hands on the fresh edition, print edition of TDA the magazine, you go to touchdownalabama.com. You click join, become a member or a subscriber today. That link found in the description as well. And if you're trying to help us grow the message board, got a message board right here, touchdownalabama.com. You're trying to help us grow the message board, hop in there, get a conversation, a dialogue topic started that you want to discuss on your Alabama Crimson Tide. That's touchdownalabama.com. touchdownalabama.com. Be a part there, jump in, help us grow the message board right there. The link to the message board can be found in the chat line and also of the show and also in the description. Also, one more time, in the partnership with Alumni Hall, with Father's Day coming up, dads, they got something cool for you. If you use the promo code TDA-DAD23, that's TDA-DAD23, you get 20% off your purchase there. Alumni Hall. Check them out right then and there. But gotta shout out you guys, the incredible fans of Bama football, for all the love, all the calls, all the interaction today. You're making this your show, your spot here to talk Bama football. Gotta shout out my man Eli Walker in the production studio, holding everything down there. Till next time, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives, appreciate, value those husbands. Children, you guys continue doing the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing too. Not be bored there. You get yourself those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen Smith, and you've been listening to In My Own Words.